Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 1 episode 13, The Transformation, and that could mean anything. It could be this week's creepy weirdness, someone transforming into something else, or maybe metamorphosizing, is that a word? You know, insect-like, cocooning and turning into something else. Or it could just be a character development. In the last episode, Walter got a lot of closure on the past with the incident involving his assistant dying or something. But we got closure, or he got closure there, so it could be a transformation of his personality, maybe. I still can't put all the pieces of this together. I don't think I'm meant to at this early stage. I mean, there's 5 seasons of this or something, so at 20 odd episodes per season, we are pretty much still in the infancy of the show. So there's been a lot of weirdness, some of which can be attributed to Nina and Massive Dynamic, or because I don't know how much of Nina's work Massive Dynamic actually knows about, but we've got to assume that they're completely aware of what she's doing. But all that John Scott stuff is attributed to her. Then we've got all the stuff that's attributed to the Germans' escape and whatever's going on with that. And then we've got all the stuff that's not attributed to anything, that we haven't got an answer to yet. And there's been talk of things like, make sure you know what side you're on and taking sides. So there's some sort of war brewing. I don't know what sort of war, but are we seeing experiments into super soldiers? I don't mean in a Captain Marvel, Captain America sort of way, but whatever the war is, technological, political, business, or actual war, they're going to need soldiers for whatever. And a person that can alter and interfere with electrical things, that's hell of a useful in a technological war. So we don't know exactly what shape this battle, this war is going to take, but it's certainly brewing. And I think we're seeing either failed experiments that have escaped into some sort of superhuman thing, super soldier thing, or they're field tests. They're being deliberately released to see exactly how they work, to see what happens, to see if they're stable, maybe. And I think there's a lot more going on there than even that. But I'm just intrigued as to what shape this war is gonna. Is it going to be between Massive Dynamic and another company? Is it going to be between the technologies that they're developing and someone else? Is it between the German and Nina? Is it what? So many questions. Has he experimented on himself? Ooh. He definitely knows what's happening to him. He's transforming. Here's the transformation. Of course they're going to think it's a nutter, but what's he going to turn into?
I think 40 minutes is too long.
It's going to turn into a giant bug. I'm so sure of that. It's turned into a hedgehog. It's turned into a giant hedgehog. Did I see something eject from that, just as it went over the trees?
Flight 718 went down a little after 6 p.m. Witnesses say the plane just fell out of the sky. Once we recover the black box, we'll know more.
So why are we here? Shouldn't NTSB be taking point?
According to air traffic control, they got a distress call from the pilot, but it was cut off and they lost communication. Whatever happened up there, I'm guessing has something to do with what I'm about to show you.
I can understand the confusion. This creature has pelage characteristic of an animal. And yet...
Ugh.
Got a poor folks tasked with trying to identify the remains.
So is there anyone of any interest?
Not at first glance, no. The elder bishop? Does he have any ideas about that?
Not yet. Or if he does, he isn't staying.
So it's engine failure. The pilot tried to bring it in for an emergency landing. The landing gear failed to engage. The pilot's lost control.
She went straight to him.
The way this thing works.
Works. What it does to you. It's a horror show. It's far worse than you can even imagine. I'm telling you this stuff. It's a horror show, John.
What?
She's remembered
I think this is our guy.
from John. I don't remember seeing that.
Everything we can
That's
find on
John's memory, isn't it?
How can something hard inside here? Help him.
Track.
What is it, a tumor?
A tooth?
Not unless a tumor is made of glass.
Oh.
Wilson sent over the black box recording, the last 60 seconds of the flight. Play it.
New York Center, this is Virtus Air 718 Heavy. We have a report that they...
Tower to Virtus Air 718. Other aircraft calling. Say again.
Our person is reporting a disturbance in the main cabin. There's some... It's trying to get in. New York, we need an emergency landing. 718, we have something on board. It's already killed at least 3 passengers. God, hold that back!
Tech's trying to recover more. Let's get back to work, people.
Yeah, but it's only confirming what you already knew. You found the creature.
Anything else?
Yeah, Walter seems to think that he was dosed with some kind of designer virus.
So it was intentional.
Hard to say it was an accident. This stuff doesn't exist in nature. And whoever did it would have to have a deep understanding of cutting-edge genetics. I mean, it completely rewrote Bowman's DNA. Even if the plane hadn't crashed, he wouldn't have survived the transformation. And there's something else, and this falls under the heading of what the hell, but we found something in his left hand. Here, I'll stream it to you.
You heard what happened on Flight 718?
Yeah, that's the plane that crashed, right?
This may be hard to recognize, but this is Marshall Bowman. He was on board that plane.
I don't understand.
I believe you do, Mr. Hicks.
I don't think he
How
does.
that happened. I believe that you and Marshall Bowman conspired to distribute a deadly virus, and this is the unintended result.
Your nose is bleeding.
Uh-oh.
A box of tissues, please.
No. No, tissues won't help. Get me some sedatives. Now. I need help.
It's going to happen right in front of their eyes.
No! Not yet. Not until he talks. Please! You want help? I want answers.
We must have been dosed.
I want to know the name. Who dosed you?
Conrad.
Would he have transformed into the same thing? Or would it be like a completely random? We'll never know. Conrad might be a business or an organisation. Has he got the same
Cut
disc?
open his hand.
What?
I want to see if there's a disc in it. Like Bowman's.
I like that.
I don't know why they wouldn't have done that straight away.
I want authorization to exhume John Scott's body.
John Scott.
I think he may have one of these on him, too. I think he was working with Bowman and Hicks.
You can't dig up John Scott's body. Another disc. It didn't go to the NSA.
Uh-huh.
Where did it go?
Oh, of course it did. I knew that. I forgot.
We attempted to utilize Agent Scott's body, his blood, his DNA, to try to retrieve the data. But the small amount of information we were able to gather seems to implicate Agent Scott as part of a bioterrorist cell.
Right. But we kind of knew this. But that's only a small amount of the information.
It gets worse.
Oh dear.
3 hours ago, French intelligence relayed to DC that an informant of theirs claims a major weapon sale is about to go down in Chicago. However, what the informant wasn't able to say is exactly where or when the sale is going to take place.
Oh, here we go. So they've got to hightail it to Chicago.
I'm on my way back. Is Walter there?
Olivia, you know how dangerous this is.
Tell Walter to prep the tank.
Oh, we always knew the tank was going to come into play again.
Picture yourselves at the top of a steep flight of stairs.
She's really susceptible to this sort of hypnosis, isn't she?
No, it's not a bedroom.
It's...
This is where we used to meet.
Oh. Oh, and there you are.
I'll be right back.
He's going to start talking to our Olivia now, isn't he? He's aware of you.
Hey, Liv.
Olivia, what's happening?
John's talking to me.
That's not possible, Olivia. He can't see you. Try to take you elsewhere, where John and his accomplices met.
Don't move.
Liv, what's wrong?
Stop. Don't move.
Olivia, focus on the sound of my voice.
I missed you.
Don't move. I'm gonna ask you a question. You're gonna give me the answer. You were working with a man named Conrad. He developed a biological weapon. I want to know who he is and who he's planning on selling it to.
Liv.
No!
What just happened?
We need to get her out.
Oh dear, is she going to be stuck in there? What happens if she does get stuck in there?
I want answers, John.
Just follow him. He's going to give you answers. Or lead you to them.
That's him. And that's me. The problem was we were hunting a man none of us had ever seen before. If I'd have known I had him in my sights, I could have taken him out right then and there. It was my most important mission. And I failed. I let that monster get away.
What mission? Who were you looking for?
Something above you.
Trust Hicks. He can help you.
John? John!
Trust Hicks. Okay then.
What if he's still lying to you? Have you considered that?
He's not. I know. I've got faith. I've got faith in John. They've only accessed a fraction of his memories. And even Nina says it seems to implicate him.
Here we go.
See, I've forgotten the instructions already. I'd be rubbish at this job.
You be careful.
Happy Christmas.
Conrad would like to see you.
When?
No. He's on his way.
Oh. I take it he doesn't turn up for these sort of meetings personally.
Have the package?
Usually.
Why isn't she calling the raid? Because Conrad's coming. So what? So she doesn't want to scare him off.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Give me a tranquilizer quickly.
What's happening to him? Hicks is transforming.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
God. Hicks is out.
Christmas.
Who are these people?
According to them, Ernest was sick.
It's true. He found out the day before Christmas.
There you go.
I spoke to Ernesto this morning.
Oops. That was way too close.
Despite the successful outcome of this case, John Scott's status remains the same.
Until she can prove him innocent. That's what she's got to work on.
He was a traitor. Even if he was telling the truth.
You've got to find the proof. That's your mission. That's your mission, Olivia.
And that's enough. I was hoping you'd do me a favor.
We know what that is. You can't go back in the tank so quickly.
Even if your brainwave patterns are returning to normal, your mind is finally succeeding in purging itself, Agent Scott.
Now that's why you've got to do it now. Grab what memories you can while you can. And that's true in any situation.
I should have trusted you.
No, it wasn't your fault. I always meant to tell you.
No, you
I guess I
didn't.
ran out of time. I know we can't ever be together. Not really. Maybe I won't know the difference.
Yeah, just to ensure that she never lets go and moves on. Yeah, from what I said at the beginning, it's still going in that direction. That is definitely a weapon to make soldiers, make super beasts, which did seem to be rather effective at killing. So, objective past, I suppose. Yeah, John. Yeah, I do firmly believe that he was working special ops and working on a mission that he couldn't tell Olivia about. But it's up to her to prove that, and to prove it in a concrete way that the agency can't argue with. Nothing really else to say about it. Really, I'm hoping that this virus thing comes up again at some other point, because I think it's got potential. It's got a better flow than some of the other one-offs. So, but I'm pretty sure we're still in one-offs at the moment, building up the picture. Still don't know. There still seems to be sides. And now we've got this Conrad. Well, I suppose we haven't really, but I suppose he was working for the German. I'm sure it's got to tie into that somehow. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're talking about a technological war here. Yeah, between Massive Dynamic and the German, whoever the German represents, or Conrad, or that whole thing. I think that's all part of the same thing. So I'm even more lost than I ever was, I think, in this. I think I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.